If he between day 9 and day 11, he on day 10.
Nah. If you look at my tweets, I'm consistent on the days, and then something happened to where I had to go back. So I mean, it's not on me.
You know what?
It's our fault. It's our
I
fault.
just went with the lesser number.
I'm not
so
blaming. Hey, 11 or 9.
So let's go with 9 and keep it.
I like how you do that, Jamal. Because I think I'm on day 12 too, but I'm on 9 in the app.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll take the blame for it. We rolled out the challenge because we wanted to see if people would even do the first 7 days in the app, and it turns out that people loved it so much. We woke up on day 8 and everyone is like, "What's going on? The app's broken!" Like they were tweeting about it. Hitting us up.
Add day 8, 9, and 10 like ASAP.
Yeah. So it's all back to normal. Yeah. So let's.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna call y'all out on Twitter. I was just gonna keep going.
Oh, I was gonna
keep us accountable. It's all good. It's all good.
Keep us accountable for sure.
It definitely makes things move faster.
I think I reached out to like 6 people. I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, nobody said anything back.
Oh no, I got like answers back. I was desperate. I would make it happen one way.
That's cool.
I know that's right.
So let's get started, everyone. So it's amazing to see 25 of you on here. I'm gonna actually take a back seat and I'll just let Melanie drive. And I'm gonna hand over the mic to Melanie, and she's gonna tell you all about how her crew came together. They're gonna tell you how they banded together, what FFT means to them, and then at the end of the meeting, we're gonna have next steps, so then people on this call can also create their own groups. With that said, though, Melanie, take it away.
Thank you. Actually, what we're gonna do, though, you're gonna get a chance to meet each member of this team. We're all gonna speak. I have questions for all of them. And not only are you just going to hear them speak, you're actually going to find out why every letter in FFT describes them and what it means. But before we get into that, we also, in my group, we have these pseudonames that we use for everyone, so we're going to use that going forward. So you guys may know me as Melanie Harris, but I'm also Miss CEO, Lady Savage. You guys can call me here on Twitter. That's fine. So I'm just going to open up before I turn it over to my team and let you guys know, 1, how did we get started, and 2, what my team means to me. And to start that, and I'm just going to be raw with it, we got started out of desperation. I'm going to give you my backstory because you guys can probably relate to this. Okay, so I was coding for like 1 month, and I decided that I was going to go for rhythm school. And what rhythm school does is there's like these 50 homework questions that they say, if you can answer all of these questions, you'll be ready for their technical interview. And some of them were easy, but I realized quickly after question number 6 that I couldn't do it. And it was all JavaScript based, and I was on 6 and there was 50. So I hit a wall. I was super stressed out. And normally I'm a person who I don't reach out to people for help. I find my own way. Hence the reason why my team calls me Lady Savage. We all have reasons for our names.
Yeah.
But out of desperation, I reached out to the Career Karma family. Well, mainly Timur, Ruben. I think I might have talked to Arthur too because I was so desperate. I think I reached out to all of you guys. Yeah. And I was like, I'm stressed right now. I'm willing to pay top dollar, like $1,000. Get me the best tutor out there because I'm trying to apply for rhythm school and they're calling and I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And their response was, first, calm down because I was stressed. The second part was reach out, use your resources, reach out. That's what, 1, the app is for, and 2, social media. So I thought about it and I was like, they're on to something. So I went into the app and all the groups that I was in, I posted and they helped me They added me to other groups that they thought, hey, maybe you can find team members in this group. And I did that, and I did the Twitter. And, honestly, through trial and error, FFT was formed because we had members who added, we had members that fell off. We're 9 members strong, but what I can say is, as a person who doesn't reach out for help, I am so glad that I did, and I am so blessed to have the team that I have. Like, I'm gonna try not to ugly cry, but I fucking love my team. Sorry to say that. So
no, Mel, don't be shy, cry, Mel.
Huh?
Don't be shy, cry, Mel.
I'm not trying to ruin my message. No, but
Save the face, save the face.
anyways, not to go too deep in there. So like I said, that's how we were formed. But I really wanted to let you guys know what FFT means to me, coming from my point of view. And I'm going to do that in just a couple words. I'm going to ask the same question to my team. So in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to me? I'm going to say 2 words, and those 2 words are family first. And the reason I pick those 2 words is because no matter what you're going through in our group, let me never use the word in our group, no matter what you're going through, we are there for you. There's no formality. Like, if you need to cry, you're going to cry. And there's 2 reasons why we're so tight and we're there for one another. 1 is because we genuinely care. 2 is because we know that we are as strong as our weakest link. You know, so if one person is going through something or there's negativity in the group, that affects everyone, which then affects performance. So how we remedy that is, you be honest, you tell us what you need, you cry, we all get on a Zoom meeting, and we don't care if that Zoom meeting is 4 hours, because we've had 4-hour Zoom meetings where we are simply fixing a problem that one of our team members have. So in general, that's what it means to me. It's family first. But from there, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to one of my team, get to know my family, figure out why they're so FFT. So the first person I'm going to introduce you guys to is Jennifer Weaver here, aka J Smooth. Are you in the building?
Stand up.
Jennifer, where are you? I just want to know if you're in the building first.
I'm here.
Hey. I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
No, I said, yeah, she's out there. I see her.
So my question to you, Jennifer, actually I have 2 questions for you. Number 1 is, can you tell everyone here tonight what are the benefits of having a team? And then number 2, in 1 to 3 words, I'd like to know what FFT means to you.
Okay, yes. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So yes, I am Jennifer J Dove Furniver on Twitter. And J Smooth as well. So hello everybody.
J Smooth.
Real smooth.
So yeah, so it's nice to see everybody. Thanks for coming. And so the benefits of just being in FFT, or just, you know, having a dedicated squad is really that we have so many different people, we have different perspectives, and that definitely helps. You know, when you're dealing with a problem with coding and you are only seeing it in one way, it's very, very, very helpful to have other people from different walks of life, different experiences, to be able to come together and to see a problem in a different perspective. And just having that is, you know, is very priceless, because you're working with like your own team in a sense, and everybody is trying to get you to where you need to be. And having that motivation, having that that reality in our group is important, and it gets all of us through a lot of issues that we come up with. I got into this by going to a Career Karma meeting, And so I didn't really know anything about coding or anything like that, and I didn't think it was for me. And so I was kind of just out there, just figuring out the things for myself until I joined FFT, and they've helped me so much with Career Karma. I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at without them. So I love them so much. So yeah, having a squad is definitely important, and not just for coding, for everyday problems. Like, we just don't talk about tech or anything like that. It's who we are. It's what we're going through everyday life, whether it's family or work or just feeling unsure. We have each other for any of that, and we're willing to listen. And if somebody's not available, somebody else is available, And so it's been a holistic, approach to breaking into tech, because we're there for not just one specific item. We care about the whole person. And also accountability is there. If somebody's not, on top of their game or not having, the best day, we're all jumping in and saying, okay, we understand, get through it. And now it's time to get back. It's time to get back on it. You need to get through this, And so motivation is a definite benefit of having a group and accountability, and just encouragement, because you can do it. Plenty of people do it alone and self-teach themselves, but it's so much more easier. It's so much more fulfilling to have a team behind you. So those are the definite benefits.
Definitely fun too, by the way.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, definitely.
We can literally be on a call, which we think that call is 30 minutes. We look at the clock and it's like 4 to 5 hours later, and we're like, we're still talking.
It's never 30 minutes.
And you all live in different parts of the country too, right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
We put each other to sleep, for real.
It's like, we're 3 hours backwards, so they're like really falling asleep. We're just still,
Yeah. You're on the West Coast, they're on the East Coast.
Right. So Jennifer, with all that being said, in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to you?
Okay, so FFT means to me compassion, sacrifice, and directness. So we all are giving of ourselves, and we're all sacrificing some way, somehow to make this group work, because it's important to us. And whether that's not spending, a lot of time with family or friends, we're willing to make that sacrifice so that way we can become the group that we want to become, and fulfill our dreams of what we want to do and have each other's backs. And directness, I mean, there's been times where I've self-doubted myself and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, why am I doing this? And then people are like, you know what? I've had poppers be like, you're not special. You're not unique. Everybody has gone through this before. And just having everybody come through and be like, yeah, we all feel that way, but you're in the right place. You're here for a reason. Let's get to it. Let's keep pushing, and so that's what FFT means to me.
Aww.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you. Moving on to our next member. This question is for Lady Boom, aka Miss Extra, aka the 5 other names she is talking about. Elizabeth.
Every day.
She'll introduce herself. So the question that I have for you is, can you tell them what we represent and how future teams can solidify their existence? And then also, in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to you?
I sure can. Well, first off, hey, everybody. I am in the Career Karma app. I'm Lizzie E. Twitter, I'm Zaya Ruth, a.k.a. Code Killer Lady Boom. And so basically what we represent is, I'm real extra. So our name is not just a name to me, it's an acronym. And we're going to tell you what the name means, I guess, later. But for right now, you're going to get this acronym. So what FFT stands for is Fan Fucking Tastic Squad. That's what we stand for. And so for me, like I said, it's an acronym. So what we represent is the F stands for family, friendship, teamwork, community. We are building a lasting friendship, and we are already family. So that's just what it is. We're already family, and we are building a team together. We support each other. We're building a long-term lifelong. The same thing as Career Karma, lifelong relationship.
Yep.
You're going to hear some of these words over and over again too, because we all kind of think the same way. And we all have the same goals and the same drive and the same similar personality. So we mean the stuff that we're saying. So that F is for family and friendship. A is for accountability and authenticity. Like you heard Jen say, we hold each other accountable. We do not play around. You got to come to these meetings. You got to do the work. You got to stay consistent. You got to stay active. And we also are authentic. We believe in being our real selves. Whoever you are, show up as who you are. Don't come in here flexing, acting like you're somebody that you're not. Just be who you are. Because whoever you are is good enough, and you should know that. So we encourage that, being your real self. The N is for non-traditional, because most of us come from non-traditional backgrounds. Most of us didn't come from tech. We have people who are athletes. We have people who came from like real estate, or they come from, like I came from construction. I do taxes too. My brother comes from he's a musician. We have people who are doing environmental work. We got all kinds of stuff. Mel has the MBA. We got all kinds of people. We got people already doing like technical jobs, but they aren't software engineers yet. So the N stands for non-traditional. We come from all different backgrounds, and we all are going to break into tech together. Yep. So that's for the N. So the F'n, I'm going to keep it clean. The F'n stands for the fucking. No, it stands for the acronym though, it's just F'n. It stands for fun, because we believe in having fun. You can't be serious all the time. It's not that deep. We're just people. So listen, you can laugh now and then. You can take a break now and then. You can just be regular, schmegular, degular people and still break into tech and still be smart and all of that good stuff, okay? The T is for tenacity. We don't make excuses. When it gets hard, we don't give up. We give more. We don't make no excuses. We know sometimes you might need to go and fall back, take a break. Sometimes you need to step back for a minute. But we always know we're going to come back to it. With a fresh mind, we're going to help each other out, and we're going to solve what we got to solve and get through our personal problems and our professional and our technical problems. The A is for audacity. We have the audacity. We dare to try, and we dare to think that we can do whatever we imagine, and we really believe it. The S is for self-mastery, because we all believe in self-discipline. We practice discipline, and we always striving to be our best selves. That's really what we focus on, just as individual people, and that's why we mesh so well together. The T is for teachability, meaning we all are willing to learn, and we're all willing to help each other learn. And if we learn differently, we're willing to take the time to figure out how to teach something in the way that one of us is able to learn it better. So they absorb the information better, because we believe in not leaving nobody behind. Everybody's going to make it. We all going in together. If one of us is behind, we all behind. So that can't happen. And the I is for inspiration, because we do keep each other motivated on a weekly basis, really on a daily basis. We do. You have Pop-Up Smurf, who, aka Greg, is doing the videos. Mel does videos. We check in. We talk every day. So we might be real extra and dramatic, but we have a group chat. Like we have our own WhatsApp chat, and we do our own Zoom calls. We talk every day in our WhatsApp, and we do our group chats twice a week. That leads to my last letter, which is the C, which stands for consistency. We have group chats scheduled for twice a week, every week until at least 2020. And then beyond that, we'll figure out what our schedule is going to be. But everybody has to show up to the weekly sessions. If you can't come every time, we understand, because, life happens. You got family. We all grown. We got stuff to do. But we still check in. Even if we can't be there for the whole thing, we usually will come early or stay late or come late or leave early. But we always check in just to make sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. And then sometimes we have study sessions. Sometimes it's just planning sessions to strategize what our future moves are going to be. And then sometimes we just chill out and we just talk, because at the end of the day, we're not machines. We're just people. So we do that. So that's fantastic for you. That's what it represents. And of course, we squad, real life squad. And so as far as how future teams can solidify their existence, well, I say the first thing you need to do is just start talking to each other. Like, get to know each other. Start DMing, slide into those DMs, but keep it professional. Don't be disrespectful and rude and extra. But go on and slide in those DMs, message in the app, go to Career Karma, go on Twitter, tweet. Just talk to each other to see who you vibe with, what kind of personalities mesh, to see who gets along with each other, who has the common goals, who has similar ideas. If you guys want to go into boot camps, who wants to go into what kind of boot camp and for what? Just get to know people, and then you can start to naturally form your own microcosms underneath Career Karma. Like I was saying earlier, we're not our own community itself. We're a sub-community of Career Karma. And we just happened to link together because we all had similar desires and goals and personalities. So if you talk to people, you get to know some folks, you can find your tribe. And then once you find your tribe, then y'all can create common goals. You can create general rules for whatever your guidelines are going to be and how y'all want to interact. And then just be consistent. Don't be lazy. Don't fall off. Don't flake out. If you flake out, listen, we already lost some people. So you got to be consistent. And then as far as what FFT means to me in 1 to 3 words, I'm extra, but I'm simple too. So I'll stick to the FFT. For me, it's fly, because we stay fly. It's funky, because we keep it funky. We're going to give you the real deal. And it's terrific, because you ain't going to beat it.
Oh! I absolutely love that last one. It was kind of petty, but it was really good.
That's my Mel. Thanks, Mel. She started the whole group, so thanks, Mel.
Good job.
Thank you guys. I couldn't have done it without you guys, so.
True. But you know what? What you did was good, because what she did was she didn't try and force it. She just like sent out a tweet one day and was like, she saw people who were tweeting, and we had all been talking on Twitter, like kind of just generally. And she said, well, does anybody want to be in a study group? And then we all, we are the ones that replied. It was some more people who replied too, but we're the ones that stayed consistent with it. And that's how we naturally formed the FFT group. We just responded to her tweet, really.
That's big.
One thing I wanted to add to that is we did a lot of icebreakers in the beginning, and I just wanted to share a few of them with you just to kind of get your creative sides going. Some of the icebreakers that we did, we do theme nights. If you've ever seen some of our Zoom meetings, I've posted on Twitter. We actually all dressed up as characters. I literally came as this character that I call Lady Savage. Dressed. We had Storm and all sorts of people, just a laugh, other than theme night, which was going forward, and everyone sticks to the code. You come dressed, or you're going to we're going to talk about you if you don't. But anyways, other than that, we've done things like good karma, which is like, we'll go around in a round table and say, so tell me about a good deed that you've done for someone this week, or what good deed have you received this week? Just tell me about it so I can get some good juju out of that. Or write your bios. Like I say, look, when you write your bios, like we want to know about every score and every soar, because if I'm like spending all my life with you, I want to know who you are. So that was great for us because we really got to see where everybody came from. And although it was different, we really got to see, well, you guys are just like me. Same struggle, same everything, like different flavor, but same struggle, and that like really bonded us more too. Another thing was lean in. I kind of explained that earlier. It's that moment where it's like, I'm really going through something. I have other people I can talk to, but I know that I need to let you guys know because I'm spending all this time with you. So here's my struggle. I need a solution. So we all lean in on that call, whether it's, like I said, an hour or 4, we're going to help you come up with a solution the best we can. So those are just some of the things that we did in the beginning that really like brought us closer. So definitely think about those when you're forming your team or really getting to know one another. And please ignore my cat in the background. He's just going to be there. So my next question is going to go to Fly Ty. Tyrone Smith, are you here?
I think he had to go back to his stand-up meeting real quick, but he said he would come back.
Okay, so we will come back to that question. So is LeVar Morris here, the Wiz, aka the Wizard?
Wiz, what's good?
You here? I know you're here, birthday boy.
IT tech guy.
Here?
Hey, what's going
The
on?
one with the experience.
I have a question for
Wait,
you.
what?
The question I have is, can you tell everyone how we keep one another accountable? And also, in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to you?
Yeah, sure. My name is LeVar. Hey, everyone. My name on Twitter is Ravel Saram. It's my name backwards. It knocks me wrong. Just something I thought about. Anyways, my name is The Wiz, or most people call me The Wizard or The Wiz. So how we keep each other accountable. So I mean, it's something, and this is just something I began to write down. So especially because it's something I noticed whenever we are like on, or whenever I'm on Twitter and I see like the FFT squad hashtag sign. It's like a Batman signal that I see every time. Like I swear, every time I see it, it's like they're calling us to come out. And
I feel like I have to respond.
Whatever it is that they're talking about. Like, I'm not always on Twitter, so you can't always make it. But whenever I see that like FFT hashtag, it's like I feel like it's like a signal of keeping like everyone in the FFT squad accountable. So like it's either you respond, or you put something out that you say, hey, what's up? I'm here. Yeah, it's like, I swear it's a badge.
It is.
It's a badge.
Stick to the code.
Right. And just when like we're in our sessions, it's like you get not to really say you get called out, but it's more of hey, are you on the same page as us? Do you understand this? Do you understand that? And one of my fly tie, which I hope you'll see in a bit. I just have to bring this out because I know this is one of the ways I know he kept me accountable. We were talking about our where we are in our boot camps, and I was telling him, hey, I'm in my my interview, and this was just something I kind of started on my own. So I mean, I told everyone I was doing an interview, but he came out to me and he was like, hey, we need to, like, how about we in one of our sessions you come out, you lead the group, tell us exactly what the questions are, what exactly the interview is going to be about, and everyone's going to pretty much drill me. So that's something I'm looking forward to. I haven't set that up yet, but that's in the works. But that's pretty one of the different ways we keep each other accountable. And FFT means to me, like in one word, the best way I can describe it is dependable. Everyone in the squad is so dependable. That's it.
That was so simple and the last one almost made me cry. That dependable thing. Thank you for saying that, because we definitely are.
Right.
Man, a few words, speaking some profound words.
I know. That's why we need you in our squad. Like, you definitely bring it, which is great. It's famous Amos here, Miss Elise Spain. I know she had to leave earlier, but is she back?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
The question that I have for you, Miss Famous Amos, who she just got her name recently, and she can explain why. Can you tell the listeners what are the FFT bylaws and why it's important to actually have bylaws? And then you got a third part. What does FFT mean to you in 1 to 3 words? So all 3 of those, please.
Okay, just to give everyone the rundown on my newly acquired name. So my career karma inbox went from 0 to about 20 in 2 days, and I'm trying my hardest to respond to everybody, but they keep coming in. So, and I try to check in with my group to see if they were receiving the same type of vibe. But apparently, I'm a hot commodity. So if you have any questions, feel free, let me know.
Hot in these streets, for real.
But basically, some of the bylaws for FFT are basically being open-minded, which is extremely important because sometimes, like everyone who's already spoke before me, there are different days, like days where we focus on studying, or days where literally if you need a shoulder to cry on, like I've felt a couple times, they're always there. So another thing is basically showing up to all meetings. If you don't show up, then you can't really be a part of the cohesiveness that keeps everyone on track. So that's kind of another really important aspect of our group. Also to have a sense of humor, because as Mel said, we do have different types of events, like different themed meetings. So the superhero night was fun. We had a onesie event with LeVar and Mel. So, we kind of keep it spicy at times. And also to participate, because you won't learn anything if you don't take part in it. And I've even had to experience, like LeVar, like, you know, hey, you kind of have to get off of your comfort zone and get in there and teach people and explain things, or else it doesn't solidify, basically. So those are some of the main bylaws. And basically what it does, it's kept us as a solid group. I've had issues where I couldn't always be there, but I always make sure that I pop it. And so like the bylaws have kept me moving forward, even on the days where you kind of just don't even want to do anything, but you have to be there for your team. And what FFT means to me, what I really appreciate about this group is that I have had to overcome shyness issues with asking questions, because I've never been comfortable putting myself forward and being like, hey, I need help. But ever since I've become a part of this group, it's been a lot easier for me. And when I say, like, I legit have had some times where I wanted to cry, like I went to my group and they lifted me up. So that's what FFT means to me, family, and someone who I can rely on in my time of need.
I felt like you almost cried right there.
A little bit.
Did you? Just a little bit?
I felt the tears coming too.
All right, moving forward, I have Jay Chill. I know you're here. I heard you earlier. Jennifer Carney?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Of course you're here. Yes.
I'm usually here.
You're always on time, too. So I love you. The question that I have, huh? No, you're saying something. Sorry. The question that I have for you is, despite all of our differences, can you explain to the group how we're able to come together and stay together so tight? And also, in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to you?
Got it. So, hi everyone. I'm Jen, Jay Chill. I think I'm probably one of the only ones in the group who's doing data analytics, but I'm also learning JavaScript along with these lovely people. So I think our differences are sort of what, like, you know, makes us so interesting and unique to each other, and it keeps the group really, you know, curious. And I would say it keeps our differences, I would say, keep us interesting to each other. You know, that we always have stories, we always have different things going on, and it's something that we can learn from each other, is our different life experiences. And just driving home the idea of like family, you know, we're there through the good times and the bad times, just talking things out, you know, whether or not we're, you know, we've got the cameras on in bed, you know, when we're tired. These guys watched me eat 2 cold burritos last night because they were free and I was starving after working an event and showing up late to the meeting. So, you know, we're there even when we're late or, you know, early. So I think family is 100% the theme that we have going on for each other. And, you know, it's honestly how we treat each other. It's almost like an affirmation, like right from the beginning. We're like, you know what, we're family. We can see each other when we don't look so great and when we don't seem so perfect. You know, that's how we are. And we all come from different places, and we focus on our common goal, which is encouraging each other to learn to code. And we work together as a family to work through coding problems. So, and I would say FFT, what that means to me, I was originally going to say family with big goals, but Melanie, we're really harping on the family. So I'm going to say we are invested in each other, and not just each other, but each other's success. So that's what FFT means to me, the investment in our success.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good. Thank you, Jennifer.
Love it.
Thank you. So the next question I have, we're going to go to y'all. If you guys are all over Twitter, you probably already know who this is. Papa Smurf, his real name, Gregory Jordan. I know you're here. So I'm just going to say your question without even saying hi, because you can say that after the question. So the question that I have for you, can you explain to the crowd what our motto is? And normally we have 1 or 2 mottos, but what our main motto is and why it's important for a team to actually take the time and come up with a motto. And also, in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to you?
Okay. So I'm Greg Jordan, aka Papa Smurf.
Word, what's happening?
Yay, hey. So I got the name Papa Smurf because I think it's because of, I mean, whenever we got something going on, you know, I try to impart the best, I guess the best wisdom possible for that situation, or the best advice possible for that situation. And no matter how pretty I look, I'm one of the oldest people in the group. I'm just saying, you know. So
You had the skull cap on with the beard that one day.
yeah, I did. And the grays is starting to pop out. So, you know, it kind of all worked. But what is our motto? Our motto is, we like Velcro. You fuck with us, you stuck with us.
Duck.
Flat out.
Real tight.
Flat out. That's our motto. And the reason why that is our motto, I mean, as you can see just from the speech of everybody else, you know, it's the closeness, it's the family, it's being there for each other, it's the literal ability to be able to cry virtually on somebody's shoulder. Like, you could turn on your Zoom and let it all out. And, you know, we have a certain level of unspoken trust that we never even spoke about, but it's always been there from the beginning, where you can be who you are with the people that you deal with in this group. And that's one of the biggest, most important things and dynamics in this group. Nobody is taking a step up. Nobody is taking, when I say that, I mean nobody is trying to outshine nobody else. Everybody, we from the sandbox together, meaning everybody is raw with their experience. We all come from the same level with our experience. Some have better understandings, some know better implementations of those understandings. But when it comes to that experience and being on the same levels, we all come from the same level. And that's one of the dynamics that help us grow. You know, it's no big-headedness in here. Even though I got a big head, I ain't big-headed. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, they have experience in life, no matter if you was a CEO, like our Lady Savage here, or you was a tax worker, financial whiz, like Lizzie, you know, or, you know, you got the musician in the group and our smooth guy, Fly Ty, who's somewhere in the cut. I know he around. Everybody got something different that they bring to the table. Everybody got a different dynamic. And that dynamic makes it work. You know, you got Jay Smooth and Jay Chill. That's always quiet in the cut, but always there, pushing, learning, soaking in things, and feeding back when we needed to be fed back. You know, so to me, that group motto is everything. Live it, learn it, live it, love it, and let that be one of the bonds that hold you together as a group. You know, it's not just words for us. It's not just words. This is something that's real. And to me, what FFT stand for, in 1 to 3 words, I could write a paragraph on what FFT stand for, to tell you the truth. But I'm gonna keep it to family, friends, and tightness. And I chose those words because family, you fight and you argue and you fuss and you go through it with family. You do, but you love them, and you're going to be there by their side every time they need you as much as you can. You know, friends, your family is your friends. You know, you go through these experiences with your family. You go through these experiences with your friends. You cry with your friends. You talk trash with your friends. You know, you have fun with your friends. And a lot of times you learn with your friends through life experiences. And that tightness, well, I think that's just a derivative of both of those things. It just comes because of the realness, the rawness. You know, I'm not Harvard educated. You know, I don't have a big degree, but I got tenacity, I got determination, and I got the ability that I'm just never going to quit. No matter where I come from, I'm not quitting. So if you see me here, I'm here. I might cry. I might, you know, grown men cry too. I'm just letting y'all know. It's okay for you to cry, because it's going to be some days when you're in coding school that your days is going to be, you're going to want to pull your hair out. You see, I ain't got no hair, so I'm just saying, I'm having one of those weeks this week where, you know, where it's a concept in JavaScript that's really beating me down. And yesterday I kind of vented to my squad with a smile on my face, but they knew that I was serious about what I was saying because it was really getting to me. You know, and I'm really, really transparent, and they accept me that way. They deal with me that way. And when I feel like when I'm going off track, you got people like Fly Tie who give me a call and give me an earful, a little bit more than an earful. Some stuff I can't say on here, but you know, you got people who you got Lizzie who raw and uncut, and she gonna let you know what it is, but she gonna let you know what it is with love. You know, so you have those different dynamics in the group, and to me, all of that plays a part in that family, that friends, and that tightness, and basically that's what FFT means to me.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Wise. I'm gonna add that to your names. Wise one. But yeah, there's one thing that you hit on that I agree with everything you said, but when you said that, not your exact words, but it's how we're just so accepting. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, we look past all of that. It's, if you're a part of this group, you're a part of this group. We accept everyone. We are open-minded 100%. We don't care if you want to come dressed in a onesie. We don't care if you want to come dressed like a pirate. We're going to accept you the way you are.
Literally.
That did come in a onesie. So did another. You know, you just do you, you know? It makes for good conversation too. But yeah, is Benny Boom here? Is he out of class? I know some of our members are actually in Lambda school right now, so I just want to make sure. Is he in the house right now?
I'm right here. You know,
of course you're here. Hey.
Of course I wasn't gonna miss this. How y'all doing? Yeah, this is my name is Benjamin, aka Ben, aka Cold Killer Benny Boom. My Twitter name is Benny Neutron 21, and you can also find me in the Career Karma app as well. Benjamin Benny Boom. Yeah.
Can you tell that that's Mrs. Extra's brother? All that in the extra name?
Yeah, it runs in the family.
I was going to say, we be doing the most, and it's okay.
It's the most dramatic fun that you'll have, I promise you.
I was going to say, he Benny Boom, and I'm Lady Boom, because we the Legion of Boom, and we get stuff done.
Boom, baby. We get stuff done. That's it.
One thing we're going to do for you is we're actually going to drop all of our Twitter handles in the chat. So if you do want to follow us or follow up with us and ask us any questions, we're definitely there. We're also, of course, all in the CK app. So feel free to buzz us. Probably not as much Famous Amos. She's overwhelmed with you guys right now. There's like 8 other of us, you know. You guys can reach out to us too. So please do that. But Benny, the question that I have for you, this is a very important one. Our collective long-term vision and like kind of like post-grad, can you explain what it is? You know, because we're doing all this talking about, you know, we're so tight and we have this vision together. Can you explain to them what that long-term goal is? And also why it's even important to have that? And also in 1 to 3 words, what does FFT mean to you?
I think I'm gonna start with the 1 to 3 words first and work my way backwards. I would say, to keep on theme with what everybody else has said, that basically make it an acronym and say that family forever triumphs. And that's basically the reason why I can answer the first question, which is what the long-term aspiration for the group is in general. For the most part, to summarize it without, you know, going too far into it, but as a summary, everybody has their thing that they do. Everybody has their own individual goal and individual aspirations that they're looking towards. And everybody has a plan for themselves as a unique individual that is, you know, derived from what their passion in life is, what they feel they're called to do. And it just so happens that we're all looking to learning how to code as a way to add value to the passions that we already have. So the overall goal for the group is to not only motivate ourselves to get through these boot camps and, you know, start a dynamic coding career, but to build a brand in the process of doing that as a collective group that is based entirely off of our coding ability combined with our creative aspirations. And like Lady Boom said earlier, you know, we got musicians, we got poets, we got graphic designers, we got motivational speakers. We got literally someone from every walk of life pretty much imaginable. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about it, just to tack on to what everybody was saying, is that it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how you came through the door. All that matters is that you're here now, and you just need to know that we're going to be here with you, and we're going to be here throughout the process. So I just love the fact that I can lean on my team, and I can look at my phone blowing up at 3 o'clock in the morning because it's Eastern time and y'all don't realize that I need to sleep. But I can look at my phone and I can just see like all of the love on any given day, because that's how close knit we are. We literally talk about anything. It's not just limited to coding. But I'm not gonna repeat, what everybody else been saying. So in general, that's what FFT means to me, and that is our overall outlook.
Nice. Thank you, Vinny. I just wanted to, I know that was a lot for you guys. I just want to recap some of the things that we touched on. So some of the things that we basically spoke on was the benefits of forming a team, how to solidify your existence, the importance of having a model and a group name, how to keep one another accountable, the importance of bylaws, how to keep your team together despite the differences and the stress, because it will come and you've got to have some sort of solid plan or you guys are going to fall apart. And the importance of long-term collective goals. So other than that, what you're going to see in the CK app is there will be groups together where you guys can kind of get into and kind of like get to know one another, check out personalities. We'll give you guys tips on how to properly form your teams there as well. But even before we get to that, I know we gave you a lot of information. Does anyone have any questions for us? Any member? You can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask.
All right.
Hi.
I got a question. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm Stephanie. Well, Lauren. And I had some questions about, cause I'm sorry I joined late. And I had some questions about, because I joined really super late, about building a team and everything like that. Because I'm in a peer group, but I don't really know about like how to do a group and all that stuff. So I just want to know like what I need to do, or if it's even possible.
Well, that's definitely what we're here for. Like I said, you will get a notification from Timor in the Career Karma app. We're going to help guide you along that way. And if there's any extra that you need outside of that, we are going to link our Twitter accounts. And please do reach out to us on the CK app because we're here for you to help you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is there any other questions?
I love your hair.
My
used
hair?
to be that. Yeah, mine used to be that long, but I chopped it all off.
Oh, this is shrinkage. My hair is down to here. You know what happens, but when you have curly hair, it does go up. But thank you.
Yeah, mine was down to my bottom, but I chopped it all off really short.
Thank you.
Daniel, when did you guys sort of start? And like, how long has this group been together?
So I got desperate, like, what was that, February? Did we form in February?
You know what? I don't even remember if it was February or January. Because
no, it was. I joined in January, so it hasn't been February.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't
It
know
hasn't
we
been
had
that long.
I didn't know we had a beginning.
Right.
Gotta feel like it's been years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It seemed like it.
Well, thanks for letting us know.
That's cool. I mean, that's somewhat recent, but you guys have really clearly clicked.
We were tight within the first month. You know what I mean? But like when you really,
for real,
if you're around people who have the same goal as you and they're open-minded with a personality, I mean, like stars go off. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like being on that date and it's kind of like, that's how it is. You know?
I also think it's like it feels like it's longer because we do it like twice a week. You know? Pretty consistent.
Well, twice a week is mandatory, but sometimes we'll do it 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And it feels like nothing to us because it's just how we work, the dynamic.
How do you guys find the time? Because I know like Greg, he's doing Lambda and like, I'm sure, I think people don't realize that you all have like very, very busy lives, but you still find the time. How do you do it?
That is true. And the fact that there's like a 3-hour difference between us two also plays a part. I think for us, how we do it is because the bond we have makes us want to do it. It's not just, okay, a chore, I have to log in. It's, I'm about to go talk to my family because I've had a long day. I need to stress. I need to vent out my stress. So let me make sure I log in so I can give them the earful. Like I said, we lean in. We're accountable for one another. So if you're stressing, let us know about your day, about your week, about your month, about your year. You know what I mean? So it makes us want to do it. But at the same time, we are respectful of other people's time. So it's like, what slot works best for you, for every team member? And let's find one that's like right in the middle of that. And can we all agree to that? And if it needs to be changed per something that's going on in your life, we will adjust for it. Does that answer that question?
Yeah, it does. One sec, Melanie, can you talk about the people that dropped out, or was there anyone who joined and then kind of like, because you mentioned to me that like this is not for everyone, right? You have to commit to it. So did anyone join and then drop out?
We had several members join and drop out. I think our highest count was like 16 members. And we give each other chances and we're there for someone. But the thing about it though, we can give you as much as we can, but if you're not going to give back, it's not going to work. This is a two-sided thing. So a lot of members would say, I'm coming to a meeting, and then a week will by and we're checking in. Hey, you haven't been here. So a lot of people did drop. And I think also and this is going to happen, not all personalities work well with each other. Our method is not going to work well with everyone, which gets me to the point why you want to make sure that your team is small, and you want to make sure that when you're getting to know each member in your team, make sure it is like an interview process, or like think of it as dating. Honestly, you're not going to just jump into dating anyone. You want to really know who that person is and know if you actually click with that person. The same with your team. Anyone who you don't click with or doesn't support you or elevate you does not fit there. And we have to lose those people who didn't fit for us in our culture. And by losing them, we became who we are.
I have another question, but I think Jamal wanted to ask one, so.
I'm good. I'm just listening.
Okay. Are all of you guys doing full-time?
No.
Nobody.
No.
Some of us are. It's like maybe half and half, I think, right? Is it about half and half? Yes.
Pretty much having. I'm part-time, and I knew
part-time.
Yeah, I knew
you got me and Elise, and I'm Tommy. I ain't got no job. My job is going to school. So, I'm in school 8 hours a day, and then after that, I'm with my therapy team, which is FFT. Because after 8 hours a day in school, I really need my therapy.
But like me and Fly Tie, we're both part-time. We're in the same cohort, so we're our class is from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of times, actually more often than not, now that I'm actually thinking about it, we'll go over a little bit with our, they call it stand-up groups, which is basically you get broken up into small groups and you have a project manager. This is at Lambda, by the way. You have a project manager that will meet with your group and just go over what you guys have covered that week or that day and just see where everybody's progress is. And occasionally those meetings will go maybe 15 minutes long. But in general, yeah, it's amazing because FFT is that if you look at FFT and how everybody is just doing different things but making it work, I really feel like we're an example for how it's really not too many excuses for why you can't, make coding, if you're serious about doing it, make it a priority and actually learn and get through a boot camp. I just lost every excuse that I ever had when I saw Papa Smurf in the hospital room and this man is still on the Zoom chat talking JavaScript. So like anything that I could possibly, come up with that would be an excuse is done. It's dead.
Right.
So I have no more complaints. I'm good. I might be running 5 minutes late because I need to stop at Chick-fil-A real quick, but I will be there. So yeah, it works for part-time, full-time, and that's another area that we keep each other accountable and just sort of motivate each other, because it can get hectic when you got to hold down a full-time job and you got to do this and that and you're trying to learn something. And everybody knows when you're working, especially at a job that you don't necessarily care to work, it drains you. So like anything after 5 o'clock is just, it takes extra work to extra energy to get through it. But when you have a group that you look forward to seeing, it's that extra motivation to keep you on your P's and Q's. Yeah.
I appreciate everything that you guys are sharing, because right now, just being vulnerable, one of the things that make me a little bit nervous about the commitment is I have 3 kids, 5 and under. But I normally, this time of the day is normally mine. And my wife is supportive of it. So, that's like one of the mental hurdles that I'm dealing with. And so it's
I has 3 kids and a full-time job, and like I said, he's doing the part-time. So I would recommend part-time to anybody any day who feels like they've already got a lot on their plate, because it's a surefire way to make sure that you're not over stressing, because it's gonna be intense. Believe me, even part-time gets intense.
I'm still in the stand-up meeting right now.
Exactly.
I'm in this meeting with y'all, going over code review and debugging right now.
Yeah, I told you so. They'll run long from time to time.
So, Fly Ty, are you able to stop for a minute and introduce yourself? If you're not, it's okay, but I'd love for them to know who you are.
Of course. What's going on, everybody? How many people we got here tonight?
Let me see. We're at 27.
What's going on, 27 people, family members? What's going on? My name is Ty. I'm Fly Ty in FFT. One of the members. Yeah, man. What anybody got any questions or anything?
Well, I got a question for you, Fly Ty. In 1 to 3 words, can you explain to the group what does FFT mean to you?
Oh, that's a good one. FFT, what it means to me. Family, friends, man. Family, friends, and tech. That's what it means to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what really became a tight-knit group over a very short period of time. You know what I'm saying? And it started off as a study group, and it grew into something more. And I think it grew organically, which made it even better. Nothing was forced. We had members. We had more members than the members that we had now. And I felt like who wasn't supposed to be here, they just dropped off because it wasn't either their time or they wasn't really supposed to be a part of what we have going on. And we hold each other accountable. We all at almost every meeting. If somebody can't make it to a meeting, they explain that they can't make it to the meeting. Everybody usually shows up on time. Everybody does the work. We put in extra hours. You know what I'm saying? The meeting may be supposed to be for an hour or an hour and 30. We may be in a meeting for 3 hours, 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? We do it twice a week. Then we do it on the weekends now. So even in the weekends, we're supposed to be doing study groups for a couple hours. It'll turn into a 4 or 5 hour study session with all 5 of us. When somebody's most of us is in Lambda school, with the exception to LeVar, who's in Think Full. When people are struggling in class and stuff like that, we pick a subject, we pick a topic, and we go over it, and we go over it in depth, and we're doing it for hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? And it's even more, we have discussions outside of this. We're talking about our dreams, our goals, personal stuff, all different kind of stuff. So it turned into more like a tight-knit family and people who hold each other accountable at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, when you have that, you have people that can get you on your path or on your journey faster. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people who are holding you accountable, So at the end of the day, that's what it means to me. It means family, friends, and tech. And that's it. At the end of the day, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And I feel like everybody goes hard. Everybody puts in the work. You know what I'm saying? So faith without works is dead. Everybody's putting in the work over here. So that's why our team is good. Good money. So yeah, that's my little short answer for that.
Thanks, Ty.
People in here. I'm sure there's more questions.
Melanie, can I ask you a quick question? Is it important for a group to have someone to take charge the same way you did?
I think it's important for someone to take charge, but at the same time, I think that it's not one person's duty. I think that's another thing that works well with our team. Everyone is accountable for everything. I think a good leader, if you want to say, since I started the group, if you want to even call me any sort of leader, you lead from the back. So that means, like today, I'm not the only one talking. The entire team is talking. It takes everyone to make this work. So does that answer your question, or?
Yeah, definitely does. Yeah. And for people, you guys mentioned that in the beginning it was just a study group, right? And so in the beginning it wasn't like a big commitment that you had to like commit for, that there were like formal interview processes. You just kind of like came together, right? And started helping each other out, and then it became FFT, right?
Well, I mean, we kind of joked around about the interview process. In the very beginning, it was just a kind of let's feel you out thing, but we quickly noticed that there were some people who were more serious than others.
Okay.
And that's when the bylaws were formed, and we really had to weed them out because it was draining us.
Yeah.
And we became FFT9 at that point. It was like, it's just the 9 of us. We're the best, the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? So that's how it happened.
I think it helped too, because we were all like watching each other's Twitters. And so we were like really active. All of us were really active on Twitter. And I think that helped us to see that, oh no, we're serious. And we were all, I think when we first met, we were all going through pre-course work for somebody's boot camp. So we all knew that like, oh no, we're serious. We're really about this life. We're really trying to do this. So that really helped us a lot too, just to mesh well together.
Sure.
Right. And the thing about it, you got to think it from the standpoint of what we mean. We explain what FFT mean. It's fun. It's fan-fucking-tastic. So if we're not fan-fucking-tastic in everything we do, then something's wrong. And if we're constantly not FFT because someone's draining us, then that's dead weight. We need to let go of it somehow.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And that's why the 9 of us we're all FFT, and we're cocky about it because we are, and it works. You know, so
just to qualify that a bit, we don't mean if somebody is having a hard time that we just cut them loose. That's not what we mean. We simply mean that if you are not trying, and if you're not putting in the work, if you're not coming to the Zoom meetings, if you're not studying, if you're not participating, if it's been 3 weeks since anybody's heard from you, then you're not actively a part of the group. And we have no problem with people struggling. That's literally why we came and formed the group, is because we were all struggling. Right. And so I just wanted to make that clear, that it's not because you have a hard time or that you can't, you feel that you can't keep pace. Because that's the other thing is, because we are combined, a combination of full-time and part-time people, and then people who have started before other folks, there is a clear line of distinction between who knows what, and everybody's not on the same page to start with. Everybody doesn't have the same base level to start with. And because you got full-time students versus part-time students, they're learning literally at twice the pace that we are. And so it's not a matter of, I don't know enough to be a part of the group. That's never the case. It's simply, are you trying to put in the work to get to the point, where the rest of us are? And if that's the case, then we're going to ride with you. Because we're smart. That's what we do.
I just want to say that Jen mentioned in the chat that what helped us get together was we were all doing the 21 CK challenge together at the same time. And that's what we were noticing. That's the tweets we were noticing, was everybody was tweeting about the 21 CK challenge and talking about what they were doing. And that's what helped us to notice each other. And then we started talking.
And we were all at different points. Like some of us, like Elise is actually kind of brand new. I think she's the newest one, but we were all on different points. But we were all on that 21 day.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanna also say that one of the reasons, like we're always about action. So we want to help people on this call who are trying to make a career transition, who are looking for the fam, and who want to give this a shot. We want to give you a way to actually do it. And I'm gonna share a link with all of you. Let me just mute everyone again. Sorry. I'm gonna share a link in the chat, and you basically click on it, and you join a peer circle in the Career Karma app, and you'll find the FFT members in that group. But you can also I call it like the draft, almost like you get to know each other. It's not gonna be for everyone, but if you feel like you wanna be part of a group that's gonna hold you accountable, then you're gonna meet other people who feel the same way. Yeah, and I mean, Timo and I talked a little bit about like kind of what could be some of the ways that you guys could share info about you, but maybe just mention like 1 or 2 sentences about your background, like maybe your level of experience, how long, like what your goals are, things like that, so people can get to know you, and just drop it in that chat. And then if everyone posts, then you can start seeing people that might share the same goals as you or have the same timelines, and then you can start reaching out to each other.
Right.
I got a quick piece of advice I want to drop in there. I think a good idea would be to require everybody to fill out the About Me on the app.
Yep.
It would be great. Yep. Really force people out of the shells, because me, believe it or not, I'm an introvert. I'm not a people person, but I'd like to think I got good people skills. So, and I think that's definitely one thing that would help a lot to kind of, if people want to kind of shift towards people with common interests. I made sure I filled out mine just so, if anybody does see me, don't hesitate, click my name, ask me some questions.
That's a really good point. So for everyone that joins this group that Timo shared in chat, make sure that your profiles are filled out and that you share your common interests, you share what your goals are. So then when people check you out, they can see if there's any commonalities, and then you'll be able to form relationships like that.
Right. I agree.
But yeah, and update your stage, update your city, update, like there's a bunch of fields, your Twitter handle, but put yourself out there so people can identify you. I think I want to just also point out that I think everyone feels the imposter syndrome, and I feel like this is probably one of those moments when, if you're not part of a group yet, but you're interested, I think I want to acknowledge that some people probably feel like, well, maybe I don't have enough to bring to the table. And I want to ask advice from the FFT squad, like how should someone approach like stepping outside their comfort zone to now try to like be part of something like a squad like FFT?
Can I just say in response real quick to Jakeem, right? I was just telling my group the other day that I'm a super introvert. They did not believe me because of how active I am with them. Like, to even be in this group is completely against my nature because I'm a super loner, right? And I don't really need groups and like people to study with. I'm really a real deal to the core by myself. Most of the time I need to be alone. I hate having to talk to other people. I'm not going to call you. It's not going to happen. Real deal. I don't present like one, which I was telling them, I don't present like an introvert. But the way I'm set up is I'm extremely, extremely introverted, and I'm very internal as a person. So for me to be consistently talking to people twice a week is already a stretch for me. And to then actually commit to them for a long term is a huge step outside of my comfort zone. Even on Twitter, I wasn't on Twitter since Twitter came out. Like, I started a profile a long time ago when they first came out, and I never used it. And then I got back on it. I created a whole new profile just for the 21-day challenge.
It was the other alter ego. It was the other name that came out. That's what that.
My first one, my original one's from like a decade ago or something. But I haven't used it since then. So I had to make another one where I just flipped the name. It's the same name, but it's just flipped. But yeah, so I started using it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I joined this group because it's helping me to push past my own comfort zones, my own boundaries. Because when I tell you, if it was up to me, I know they say coding and isolation is not good for you, but for me, it will be perfect. Because I'm built different. So it can be a stretch, but it's worth it though.
We love you. Best believe that we love you, and we glad that you here because you bring a whole different type of energy to this group. You definitely do.
And I think that's what makes the group work too, because I feel like everybody brings their own different kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? And it just meshes well. You know what I'm saying? And to add on to what Liz was saying at the end, it's like she had to step outside of her comfort zone, you know, and I'm a firm believer in you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to allow you to grow and elevate in life. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because if you're comfortable, you're going to be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? When you're comfortable, you're going to be happy with what place you in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a good spot to be in all the time. It's to always be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And to add on to what Timo and Arto was saying, or wanted answered about people like with imposter syndrome or They feel like they may not know as much as other people. And I would just say, just look at us, right? Because when we formed, there was people who knew more than others. There was people who were further along in the pre-course work. Some people, Greg, who I think Greg and probably a couple of more other people, they damn near completed their Lambda pre-course work already when others were getting started. And Lambda switched the game up on them and changed the pre-course work, and they had to start all over again. So
yeah, Greg lapped me.
Along. Right.
Greg lapped me. He finished it twice before I could even get started. So
right. So look. So Greg then did it twice before, and me and Ben is together. We're in Lambda together in a part-time. Me and Ben is together. So Greg then completed Lambda, the pre-course, damn near 2 times before Benny completed it 1 time. You know what I'm saying? So I would say to the imposter syndrome, it's at levels for a different reason. I feel like that makes the group. What good would a group be? And I don't want to say it would be bad if everyone was on the same level, or I wouldn't even say it's on the same level. It's just that some people are further along in the study. That's the way to look at it. Look at it as someone's on a better level than you. Someone is just more further along in the studies than you are, and you have to look at it like you're gonna get there one day. You know what I'm saying? And you can't look at everybody's pace because everybody learns different at different paces. You know what I'm saying? And the study group is there to strengthen you up and to strengthen everybody up. And even in our study group, there's some people who know things, at least at one point, there was people who knew things better than other people. Everybody's going to be stronger and have strong suits. Everybody's going to be stronger in different areas. So you can't have that imposter syndrome coming in. You just have to embrace your journey and where you are. And you just have to see the end goal. You have to have a goal. More than likely, if you're forming a group, 9 times out of 10, how it should be is everybody should have similar goals. Everybody should be like-minded. You're not going to be the same, like everybody's lifestyle, everybody's background, but that doesn't matter as long as your goals are the same, as long as your like-mindedness is the same, because we all have different backgrounds. Some of us have similar backgrounds or whatever. So, you know.
And the baby.
Got some babies on the call.
Yeah.
Get a few more questions.
Back in New York, can't feel too good.
Oh.
Yeah, but just to add to that, just look at your life. You're not attracted to the same thing you are in life. We attract the opposites a lot of times. We attract different people with different personalities, different personality traits, and different characteristics. It's going to be the same thing in this group type situation to help you to be motivated because something you lack and they might be stronger in, and that's what you want. Because you ain't gonna always gonna have it that day. You gonna trust and believe. You gonna need it. They say what they say about me and what I've done and this, that, and the third, but I ain't tell y'all what Todd did for me when I was ready to give up and walk away from this whole situation. And I just said, you know what? I'm not touching the keyboard. I'm not even going near the keyboard. He ain't let me get off the phone until I got back to the keyboard. And then when I got back to the keyboard, I actually completed what I said I wasn't going to complete because I didn't think I would complete it. So I'm just saying, you never know what your day is going to be, what you're going to have that day, what you're going to need that day. And you don't want the same thing that you got in your group from everybody in your group. You need something different in your group. You need a different spice to make it flavorful. So, you know what I mean? Add them different spices together and make that thing flavorful. Make it pop.
I like that.
And I think that in terms of like imposter syndrome or not thinking that you have worth, in a group, especially if you're just starting, because many people are just starting. If you enter a group and some are, like Ty was saying, a little bit further along on the path that you want to be at. But maybe you don't know a lot about JavaScript or coding, but you can be the best, motivator, the best supporter of everybody, seeing if everybody's okay. And along the way, you're going to find your place. You're going to find your niche and figure out what you can contribute. And just being a supporter and getting support back is what most of us need. Like we're all here because we know we wanted to do something. We know we wanted to, break into tech. But we're missing out, and it's hard when we're all separated, when we're all, spread out across the country. It's not like I have somebody that lives right, next door to me. I mean, except for, the Legion of Boom over there who has, brother and sister team, but we all don't have that. And, so support is priceless. Support is important, just supporting your teammates, just supporting your squad and being like, hey, you got this. Hey, it's okay, and you're going to get that back. And then you're going to find your footing. And that's, you have worth in anything or any part of your life that you do, and you just got to find your footing to add that and figure out where to do that, because like Liz was saying, she's an introvert, I'm an introvert. Me and Jen are the quiet twins, and we hardly say much sometimes. We're doing other things or whatever, but we are there, we are supporting, and we are, when we need something, we say something. When people need something, we're there. So, everybody does not always have to have an out there personality. Everybody comes together and gives what they can give, and it works out.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to see if Natasha, Joelle, Elizabeth, Narissa, do you all have any questions?
We'll accept comments too.
Yeah, if you're muted, Nicole, Stacy, let's hear from some people who might be a little quiet, because we know you all have questions. Oh, I think Nicole is saying, Nicole, unmute yourself. I think Nicole, you might be muted. Let me unmute you. One sec. Oh yeah.
I'm just taking it all in, basically.
All right.
Taking it all in. I'm on the third day. I'm just taking it all in.
That's good.
Any comment for us?
Huh?
Any comment for us? It doesn't even be that we're amazing. We'll accept that. Any comment?
Well, I can see y'all, bro. Y'all work well together. And it don't seem like y'all just got together. I can tell you that.
Right.
Well, thank you. We'll accept that.
If nobody got no questions, I would like to chime something in real fast. I would like to say,
yes.
I would say, for everybody who's on here, I would say take advantage of Career Karma. Take advantage of this app. Take advantage of the 21 CK challenge, because that's what got us. If there wasn't for that, we wouldn't be together. You know what I'm saying? And if we wasn't together, I'm not gonna go all the way on a limb and say like none of us would be like where we are right now, like in Lambda school. But there's a good possibility of that. We helped each other through studying. We helped each other do the pre-course work. We're still helping each other even through schooling. You know what I'm saying? We're helping the ones who are about to start school. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of the Career Karma app, because this is the opportunity to form it doesn't even have to be something similar. It could be your own thing, but it's an opportunity to form something, and it's an opportunity to form with like-minded individuals who have an interest or plans and goals to be on the same path, to become a software engineer or just something in tech, period. You know what I'm saying? You guys could be doing business with these same individuals a year or 2 or 3 years from now. You guys could be starting up companies with these people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be working at a job at a software engineer, and they can get you referred to the job. You know what I'm trying to say? This is something that you need to take advantage of, because let's face it, I'm pretty much sure that everybody on this call can relate that if you go to a family member right now and you say, hey, I'm interested in tech, or maybe you should join up, everybody's family members is not so gung-ho about trying to learn how to code. You know what I'm saying? And trying to join a boot camp. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we created our own family. You know what I'm saying? A family outside of a family. You know what I'm saying? And it's because everybody has similar goals. You know, whether it's a passion, whether it's not, but it's a goal, and everybody has plans and everybody has vision. Everybody's not going to have the same vision as you. And most of your family members are just not. That's just what it is. You're not going to have the same goals and vision. You're not going to be able to go to your brother or your sister or some of your cousins and say, hey, I'm about to go join Lambda school. I think y'all should sign up too. That's the future. Hey, you could be making 100 stacks next year. You know what I'm saying? And 6 figures in a year or two. You know, a lot of people say, well, computers isn't really my thing. That's a real common thing. Computers isn't my thing. Coding isn't my thing. You know what I'm saying?
I had never seen a line of code before myself. I had never even bothered to look for myself until I started the 21-day challenge. Mm-hmm. Literally in 21 days, I went from zilch to, all right, I'm doing some basic HTML, to getting into Twitter spats with my teammates, to getting accepted into Lambda School, and, you know, completing all of the pre-course work. 21 days. Mm-hmm. 21 days. I went from nothing to, okay, I'm serious about this now, and I see a clear, defined path to, like, a career that I actually can enjoy.
And listen, when he say he never seen it, he's never seen it. I didn't even realize that he never seen code before. Because like me and my other brother, we used to do like coding in high school, and then like when we were younger. But then I just didn't do it for like a decade, and then I started doing it. And when I showed Ben, he took off with it, and he started boot camp before me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually Liz is the one that got me into everything. So she started me into Career Karma. She started me into Lambda. So I appreciate you, big sis. You're always paving the way for me. Love you.
That's what we do. Real squad.
Well, I think.
Go ahead.
I can relate to that as well, because like Timur and I, back in like 2013, we had our day jobs. We were working long hours, and Timur was like, "Hey, like, there's this HTML and CSS thing. You should learn how to like we should probably just like learn how to make websites and start our own company." And so in 2013, we were literally like creating these ugly looking HTML pages, just learning like the body tag and the P tag. And I still have examples of it. It's crazy to look at it and you're like, wow, like it's insane, like the journey we've been on. But Timur and I have been on this journey together. And I'm glad that there's now like, you guys are forming squads, and without having that squad, the journey is pretty much impossible. Like unless you have a community to fall back on, it's super hard to like push through these blocks. A lot of the time it's not technical, it's mostly psychological, but you're gonna run into walls where you're like, maybe it's a bug that's taking you 2 days to figure out and you're like about to give up. Maybe it's getting rejected from a job you applied to, or maybe your bootcamp shuts down. We've seen kind of like all sorts of stuff. Like Timur and I got kicked out of 3 or 4 different apartments while we were going through boot camps, and we had to like hop every single month to a new place. So I think you guys just like, I think it's awesome that you're forming this squad, because this squad is going to help you complete the boot camp, but it'll also help you find a job and figure out how to create the best career for yourselves. And you're all going to be like family, hopefully starting businesses together and things like that.
Yeah. And this is just level 0 still. Like when you get your first job, like you're never going to get to the point where you're just going to be like, cool, I'm graduated from FFT squad. Like Arthur Rubin and I met, we met 5 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia, and we just had a dream. We were outside of tech. We didn't know anyone. And at that point we were like, we're just going to buy our tickets to San Francisco and figure it out. And look at like where we are now. We got jobs. That wasn't easy, but we were there for each other. We were crashing on each other's couches. Now we're building Career Karma, and this is still super hard, but we're just like, we've had our squad.
We're having fun.
Yeah. And it's only 3 of us. You guys have 9 of you, right? And think about all the amazing things that you all will be building in a year or 2, because I know you're not going to stop. And everyone who's on the call now, it's an hour and 30 minutes into the call and you're still here. So you're definitely about that life too. So just the sheer fact that you're still on this call right now. And so step outside your comfort zone, just connect with other people, maybe start reaching out to them in the DM, and then just start throwing around this idea of maybe we try out our own squad. And
or study sessions.
Yeah, study sessions, and start small, but sky's the limit, and just take that leap of faith.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to share with you guys. I'm so about this life with these guys that I'm in Philly by myself, and I met these people across this app called Zoom.
Not for long.
And I'm moving out of Philadelphia.
Georgia shouty.
I just came from down ATL for 5 days looking for a house in Stone Mountain, Georgia, so I could be closer to my squad and I could be in a different time zone and a different atmosphere with some different air and be closer to my people, like physically closer to my people. I'm about this life. And it's gonna get like that for you. If you about that code in life, you're about making moves and making sacrifices. And this is a move and a sacrifice that my wife, you know, God bless her, has been riding with me with. So when I say let's go, she ready to ride. And she rode with me, and now at the end of the month I'll be moving down to GA with my peoples.
Congrats.
Yeah, shout.
Wow.
So I just and let's not forget my LA people. We going out there. We going out there in November. We going out there to the
LA.
San Fran.
Yeah. Okay.
How dare you? We're the Bay Area.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying we going out there. But we going out there though. We going out there in November. So it's not like it started cyber, but it's real life. Right. And it can be real life for you. Just find your niche, find your crowd, find your niche, and stick with them and ride with them.
Facts,
like you said, you can't graduate from FFT. You fuck with us, you stuck with us. That's the way that ride.
You're a gang for life.
Yeah,
for life stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So let's share the link again. So yeah, I'm gonna share the link again. I appreciate all of you tuning in. I know boot camps are tough, finding time is tough, but this is a perfect way for you to give back and now extend this rope to people behind you. And we want to see everyone succeed. I remember I was on calls with some of you like 2-3 months back, and I would always say, like, listen, at some point you're going to start giving back, and it's beautiful to see the FFT squad now sharing, like, giving back, helping each other. And I can't wait to see everyone's journey in a year. And, like, now the Career Commerce family is going to be spreading across the whole tech world. So in 5 years, you're going to look around and you're going to see people in the app who are now at all these different companies, and it all started here. And all of you are also part of, like, the first 100, 200 people that were part of Career Karma.
I want my shirt.
Yeah, that's on the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, protect your dreams. I want my shirt. You best believe that.
Where's the FFT logo at?
Cool. So yeah, make sure to download. I'm sorry. Make sure to open the link on your mobile phone. We'll add you to a group, and it will add you to a group. And, like, this is also our first time, like, doing something like this, right? So we love people's ideas. We also, like, love your feedback, and let's just see, like, how we can help more squads to form. Because there's definitely people on this call, so there's definitely people interested. Don't be shy. Like, just ask questions, come forward, and we'll find you a crew. Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot, Melanie, Greg, Jennifer, LeVar, Ty. Yeah, Jennifer. Drop your Twitter handle.
Yeah, thank you guys.
I'm
gonna drop the Twitter handle.
Drop your Twitter handles again so everyone can follow you. That's on this call. Yeah, and tweet. If you enjoyed this call, send out a tweet to let the world know that this is for real. You're going to find people here who are real people who are not some bots. And 12 months, we're going to be back.
FFT squad, stand up.
Hey.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone. This is truly something special. And yeah, let's break in.
Let's break in. Nice seeing everybody, for real. Nice talking to y'all.
Yeah, we enjoy it. I look forward to talking to y'all on Twitter or whatnot. Reach out if you can. Some of you have been reaching out lately too. I've been noticing my box been getting a little heavy. Yeah.
The more active you are, the more engagement you get. So check your DMs.
Yeah, I take it personal. So if you reach out to me, best believe that I'm going to I'm gonna do my best to get back to you.
Respond back.
Yeah.
Good to see y'all too, the Meister twins. We haven't seen y'all in a minute.
Oh man, it's been a minute, man.
I launched the new 21-day challenge. It's
I know.
Easy.
In a minute. I was telling Timo, I was like, Timo, what happened to the town hall, Timo?
We're
Look,
gonna bring it back. We're gonna have more workshops.
Family is my squad.
I'm gonna be tapping onto people who are doing boot camps to teach workshops and start bringing people behind you.
I think one last thing I wanted to mention is we launched a career karma publication. So if you guys want to share your story or some of your struggles or challenges, reach out to me and I'll be happy to kind of share some of the details of how you can contribute. But I think a lot of you have amazing stories and we want to kind of make the world see and know about those stories. So reach out to me if you are down to write.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Awesome, everyone. FFT squad, we truly appreciate this and keep it up. You created something magical, and this is not something that we could imagine. And this is kind of like this organism that was just like born out of no one expected it, and we look forward to seeing where all of you end up in the next year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, crew. Have a great night.
Thanks,
See you later.
Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all.